الحمد لله وكفى وسلام على عباده الذين اصطفى أما بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ومن آياته أن خلق لكم من أنفسكم أزواجا لتسكنوا إليها وجعل بينكم مودة ورحمة إن في ذلك لآيات لعلكم يتفكرون سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وبارك وسلم. Today's topic is an exemplary wife. How can one become a good wife? The religion of Islam has given details about making the relationship of a husband-wife beautiful. So a big portion of religion is about the relationship of husband and wife, that husband should do this and wife should do this. And the goal of these guidelines is that they live a life of peace so that they are successful in the life of dunya and also in the life of akhirat. There is a lot of research that has been done on this. Any university you look into, big psychologists and PhD doctors, they have actually spent all their life to make the relationship between husband and wife good. To find out as to how can you make it good. So, the Shariat has given a principle that Allah Ta'ala, that this is one of the signs of Allah, that He has made from amongst you, for you, a spouse, لِتَسْكُنُوا إِلَيْهَا, so that you find sukoon in them, peace in them. So, in the eyes of Quran, the main goal of marriage is that both husband and wife get sukoon, peace from each other. So Allah Ta'ala says that there is a lot of signs in it for the people of Iman. So to make people's life better, Allah Ta'ala has made spouses. So the responsibility of wife is indoor. So Allah Ta'ala has made wife with such a personality that whatever is needed indoor, her personality is like that. And a man's personality is to work for the outdoor. All the things that are needed to work outdoor, Allah Ta'ala has put all of that in husband. But Allah Ta'ala has made husband manager in the house. So Allah Ta'ala has made men in charge over the women. There are many reasons for that. Number one is because women get protection through husband. Woman is weak, she has to protect her life, her wealth, her honor. Now for all of these three she needs a man. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made man responsible for all of the things in the house for the women. And it comes in the hadith that whatever is done according to him, then there is barakat in the house. So it may be that woman is more educated and his husband is less, but the barakat in the house comes with the mashwara of the husband. A woman is very intelligent, but she is emotional. If she did not have these emotions, then she would not have been able to give love to husband and also would not have been able to give love to children. It was a need that the emotions overcome her. That's why she just sort of kills herself for her children, not even caring about her sleep, food, anything. All the time, she is ready to work for her children. She just stresses out for her children. Why? Because there's love of children in her heart. Otherwise, if these emotions were not strong in her, then after birth, she would have said to her husband, "This is your child, bring somebody to take care of this child." But Allah Ta'ala has made it easy that Allah Ta'ala put love of the children in the heart. That's why she is like a 24-hour servant. Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam has said, "Khairukum li ahlihi." The best amongst you is the one who is the best with his family. So you will not find out about the goodness of a man through his business, not with any gathering. You will find about the goodness of a man as to how is he good with his family. If he treats his wife with love, and he treats with children with love or not. If he helps them, he takes care of them, takes care of their needs. And if he is the source of mercy for the people of the house, then such a husband is the best husband. And whatever he spends on his family, he gets ajr for that. So if he makes a masjid, he gets the reward of charity and also whatever he spends on other projects of deen, he gets ajr. But whatever he spends on his family, Prophet ﷺ has said that he gets the reward of the best charity. So man should take interest in the affairs of the house, and he should realize that there is a need in the house. But the house is of women. The houses are made because of women, and houses are destroyed because of women. Hazrat's mother used to say that if a man takes an axe and tries to destroy the house, he cannot do that. But a woman, she can take a rope and she can actually destroy it. With a needle. If a wife can actually destroy the house with a needle. So Hazrat asked, how come? So his mother said that you are little, you will not understand, but this is the reality, that if he tries to take an axe and try to destroy the house, he will not be able to, but a woman can actually destroy it with a needle. So to make a house is the responsibility of a woman. That's why in Urdu we call it Gharwali. She is the owner of the house. The best principle of building a house is to live a life of love between husband and wife. وَجَعَلَ بَيْنَكُمْ مَوَدَّةً وَرَحْمَةً. Allah Ta'ala says that we have created between husband and wife mawaddat and rahmat. So if they live a life of mawaddat and rahmat, love and mercy, love and compassion, then it will be a good life. Having risk more or less, that's another story. If a wife gets like a dry bread, but there is love between husband and wife, then she is very happy. And if there is no love between husband and wife, then even if they're parathas, then the life is a punishment. There's a lot of research in scientific era on this, that how can a wife become a good wife. So the six big points on this that have been mentioned, very important. Every woman should keep these 6 points in her mind and should live her life according to that. Number one of those, communication. Communication is to pass on what you want to say to your husband. It's very natural that women don't talk directly, they just give points. And they want that husband should try to understand it himself. But to say things clearly is better. But rather than saying things directly, they will just give hints, and they just want that he translate it. Intelligent husbands do understand it, but those who are not that intelligent and cannot translate, there is no communication and there is misunderstanding then. So number one, to express feelings effectively. So say things very clearly and effectively in front of your husband, so that he understands what is the issue. Second point, you should have a positive tone. And she should not blame. Sometimes, a small little thing happens, she starts on the day when they got married, that your mother did such and such thing, and your sister did such and such thing. I didn't say anything in that day. Now she will just dig the graves and will try to bring old things. And just to blame husband for small little things, it just becomes the cause of destruction of the house. So having she should have a positive tone, and she should not blame on every small little thing. Alright, there are shortcomings in other people, but it doesn't mean that you just try to find out blame on everything. So admit, stop reading your husband's mind. So don't try to read your husband's mind and try to make guesses. Another big point, talk to your husband, not about your husband. So they don't talk to the husband, but they talk about the husband to everybody, to their sisters, to their mothers, to their friends, or anybody who comes, they'll just talk about their husband. But they do not talk to their husbands directly. So the better the communication, the relationship between husband and wife will be better as well. Next is choose your battles. You don't have, there are misunderstandings, there are difference of opinions, but you should not just fight for everything. You should only stand on principles, on big points. That give the control of the house to the husband so that your power becomes more. Don't become a hurdle in the husband's way. You know, the husband wants to do something, they would just cause hurdle in everything. That's not a good thing. An important point, avoid criticism. You know, just about with every small little things you start taunting, it's not a good thing. Next, respect your husband. Many women, they treat with their husbands as like a big child. That's the wrong thing. He's your husband, they should respect their husband. Don't treat him like a child. Be loyal to him and show him that you are loyal. You should actually show it. It is responsibility of the wife that she should try to win the heart of the husband. Be constructive. She should have a constructive thought. Another important point that if you have to talk to your husband, first point out his good things, then point out his mistakes. But what happens that when she has to talk, looks like that there is no good thing in this husband, all the faults are in this man. Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he had to talk to Sayyidina Abdullah bin Umar. He was a young man, and their sleep is very deep. So Prophet ﷺ had to teach him. So it comes in the hadith, the Prophet said that how good is a man, Abdullah bin Umar, only that if he gets up for tahajjud. So first he appreciated him. So one should appreciate the good things first and then what he has to do. So this is a good principle in all your life, that first you highlight the achievements and then you mention the mistakes of that person. Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, if I would have permitted to do sajda to somebody, then I would have ordered the wife to do sajda to the husband. You should understand from this that in the sight of Shariat, how much is the respect of the husband. Those women are very fortunate who respect their husbands, and through that they become the beloved of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There is a hadith, Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, in the time of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, there was a Sahabi who got married, and he had a double-story house. So the parents used to live in the ground floor, and on the upper level, the husband used to live with his wife. So once the husband had to go on a business trip, so he made sure that everything is in the house of the need. So when he was to leave, he advised his wife that don't come downstairs. The wife said, all right. Now, so the wife is living in the upper level. So her wife became sick. So this is such a close relationship that you don't want that you sit with your father and takes care of him. But the wife could not come downstairs because the husband very clearly said that you cannot come downstairs. But now because she could not come downstairs, she sent a message to the Prophet ﷺ that my husband, when he went for the business trip, he said that I should not come down, but now there is a new situation that my father is sick. Can I come downstairs to take care of him? So Prophet ﷺ said that no, if your husband has said, so do whatever he has said. So she did not come downstairs. The father continued to become sick and sick and sick, so much so that he passed away. Now the father passed away. If Prophet ﷺ had wanted, he could have said that now there is a new situation, so I permit you to come downstairs and look at your father's face. But Prophet ﷺ did not do so, but he just said that if your husband has said not to come downstairs, so don't come downstairs. Now the father was washed. His funeral went out of the house, and this girl was such that she did not even see the face of the father. You could have understood that how her heart must be feeling at that time, but she was a Sahabiya. She acted on the words of the Prophet ﷺ and also on the words of her husband. She remained at the upper level and did not come down. The funeral was done. Prophet after that he did the janazah. He came and he sent a message to that woman and said that you obeyed your husband, did not come down. Because of that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgave all of the sins of your father and have given him paradise. So just imagine that in the eyes of Shariat, there is an importance of the words of the husband. So communication should be good. 2, don't fight on every single thing. Choose your battle. Only have difference on principles. 3rd, respect your husbands. So, in research of a university, 400 people were interviewed and they were asked, what do you want from your wife? So they said that we can take everything, but we want that our wives respect us. So those wives who don't respect their husbands, then this relationship becomes weak automatically. The 4th point, be accepting. Accept his position as the head of the family. Don't do this, that you do everything of the house according to your wish and as if there is no importance of the husband in the house. So avoid the myth of equality. Yani husband and wife are the same. Alright, as humans they are one, but as far as the responsibilities are concerned, Allah Ta'ala has given preference to the man and the woman is a subordinate. Prophet ﷺ has said that kullukum ra'in wa kullukum mas'ulun an ra'iyatihi, that every single one of you is a shepherd and every single one of you will be asked about his flock. So husband will be asked about his wife and his children, and the wife will be asked about her children. This research was published in 2014 and was a very popular book and was given the title of the book of the year. In this book it is mentioned that if the wife wants that the house remains, then she should respect her husband. The 5th point, let go of responsibility of the finance. That all the financial things of the house, the woman should not take responsibility of that, but should keep it to the husband that he takes care of the finances of the house. An important point is, let your children let your husband be children's father. Let him be the father of the children. What happens? That the mother, she beats children, nothing happens, but the husband, the father, he even, scolds the child. She starts saying that, oh, you don't love your children, don't do that, why are you doing this? She's part of the family. Sometimes the father does so she should be patient. So let the husband be the father of the children. Discuss with him how to raise children. If you have to bring up your children in a good way, then discuss it with him. Let your husband value your problems. If there is anything, try to understand the viewpoint of your husband as well. Many times, women, they just get one point and they don't try to understand anybody's husband's viewpoint, and they are just adamant on their own point. Another important point is be open-minded in argument. If there is an argument, then be open-minded in that. Yani, try to understand what other person is trying to say. Another important point, bring up issues at the right time. If you have to discuss something, then discuss it at a good time. Women make a lot of mistake in that. Sometimes they will start discussing in front of children, or they discuss at a time when the husband is tired, or he's busy at another thing. Or these three times are not the times to discuss points. When in front of children, or when he's tired, or when he's busy. In these three times, she should not discuss anything. So when he is sitting with you, relaxed, children are not around, that is the time to discuss anything. Another point, have realistic expectations. Expectations should be realistic. Do not develop negative feelings. And then during conversation, learn to say sorry if you are wrong. If you have done something wrong, so if you have misbehaved, done a wrong thing, then you should learn as to how to say sorry, that I was angry, I said such and such thing, I'm very sorry about that. It's very difficult to say sorry, by the way. And also in this relationship between, you should change with the changes. For example, after marriage, the situation is different. After a child, then there is a change in the body and also in the situations. So, adjust yourself with that. Deal with the changes. And next point, take care of yourself. Women should take care of herself. Many women, after children, they just leave taking care of themselves. Don't do exercise, neither do they take care of their clothes, nor do they take care of their cleanliness, and the personality becomes very odd. And then they say that I'm a wife, and I'm the mother of the children, and I'm the person of the house. Well, alright, you're all of these, but in the sight of husband, looking good, this is responsibility of the wife, and Shariat has made it permissible. So, a woman should buy jewelry and clothes for herself. And also the Allah Ta'ala, Shariat advises or orders the husband to buy all of these things for the wife. The sixth point, the best, be your husband's best friend. You should have such an equation with your husband that anything that your husband anything happens with the husband, he should come to the wife and discuss it with her the first. And it happens when the wife becomes support for the husband in difficult times. And also, testifies to his good things. Many women, they complain that the husband don't give attention. There's a lot of worries in the house. They should ask a question to themselves, that am I the best friend of my husband? Their heart will say, then where are you, best friend? You are enemy of your husband. And 15 secrets of happily married women. The women who are living a good marital life, for 15 points about them. Point number 1. This is the research of a 27-year research of an American university. They have written, for a happily married life, you should do half an hour exercise every single day, so their body remains fit and they live a healthy life. And the next is, the woman should eat properly so that she has strength in her bodies. Some women, in order to become smart, they do so much dieting that they can't even stand up properly. And they do say that when I stand up, I feel dizzy. Third point, take care of your appearance. But there should be a budget on that. It's not that you spend all of the salary in that. But she should take care of her cleanliness. She must take bath every day, at least once or twice, and she should wear new clothes or clean clothes. Next point is nurture your intellect. Give food to your brain as well. So a married woman should read books and also think about that so that her brain keeps on working. Be soft and compassionate, yani loving. So there should be softness in her heart, and she should be loving to her husband. One important point, that attitude towards the husband should be such that because of her attitude, husband is willing to share everything. And he should welcome husband to open up. And it should be of compassion, of love, that the husband always opens up his heart in front of her. Next point, about manners, be polite and courteous. One point, allow your husband to spend time with his male friends. For example, go in Jamaat, in the path of Allah, or sit in the gatherings of ulama, like in the durus of the Quran and the hadith. They should tell their husbands to go. Some husbands are just lying in the house, sleeping all the time. It's not a good habit. The personality is destroyed through that. She should encourage her husband to go and sit in gatherings of Allah, so that so that he is able to benefit from those gatherings. Some women, they don't let their husbands leave the house. It's a bad thing. And when the husband comes back home, greet the husband with a smile and with an eye-to-eye contact every single day. When he comes back, so she should have an eye contact with him, smile and receive him. Anything that he is doing, she should stop everything and give him a warm welcome. 11th point, that there should be sense of humor in women as well. So she should say things that have sense of humor, and that will help in bringing this relationship close. When they sit together, laugh, they have a stronger bond through that. It's also a responsibility that she should anticipate the needs of her husband. That what does he want? She should think about that, and she should take care of that, so that there is no issue at the time. Life should be active and fun-filled. It is important for marital life. And the last point, that a woman should think of herself as for service. She should think that if I am not married, I have to serve my brother. I'm married, I have to serve my husband. And if the husband dies, I have to serve my children. Allah Ta'ala has made me for service. So this is my life. Another important point for marital life, don't be controlling. For small little things, she wants that to come onto the driver's seat and take the steering. The woman who tries to take control of everything in the house, then there are problems in the house. At some point, that the wife is talking on behalf of her husband and doesn't even let husband talk. And if the husband is talking to people, she gives disapproving looks. She will just make her face like as if she is not liking that. And also, sometimes she asks such innocent questions that clearly says that she is disapproving that. And some women, they give countless unwanted suggestions. They just have this habit of giving suggestions. And they don't need one or two. Countless unwanted suggestions. That's why, if a husband goes for grocery shopping, she will bring so many faults that the person wants that, husband wants that, he doesn't want to go back again. And if the woman is sitting and the husband is driving, so this husband is in trouble. You didn't do this now, you didn't do that now. But if he is driving safe, or he does drive safe, let him drive. But what happens? That the husband is driving, and the wife is driving the husband. And what's the reason for that? Because some women have this sickness, it's called help syndrome. that she just tries to interfere in every single thing. And this help syndrome, because of that, the equation of the husband and wife goes wrong. And one sickness is mother complex. So some women, they treat their husband like a child of a bigger age. If the women want that to be a best wife, then they should look into the life of al-Mu'mineen Sayyidah Khadijatul Kubra radiyallahu ta'ala anha, and they should see that how good she was a wife of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So she was rich and she had a lot of respect in the society, but when she got married, she gave all of her wealth to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Even she gave her slave to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So she sacrificed and showed that how much did she love her husband. And when everybody was opposing the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, at that time Khadijatul Kubra radiyallahu ta'ala anha was the one who recited kalima and accepted deen. So she supported Prophet in very odd times. When revelation came to him, and Prophet was very anxious, and he was saying, Zammiluni, Zammiluni, cover me up, cover me up. So at that time, she asked the Prophet, what happened with you? And Prophet said, then looks like as I will be killed. So at that time, Sayyidah Khadija radiallahu ta'ala anha said, Kalla, no, innaka la tusilur rahim. You join relationships. You honor guests. Wa taksibul ma'doom. And anybody who does not have, you help him. Wa tu'inu ala nawaibil haqq. That you are the one who help in good things. You do so many good things. Wallah, by Allah, that Allah ta'ala will not destroy you. Never. So this is the confidence of a wife. She said that no way that it can happen. So now, she did give moral support, but she was such a good wife that she did not stop there, but rather the next day, in her relatives, there was such an alim of Tawrat, of the books of the past, Warqa bin Nawfal. She took Prophet to him and told him that, look, what your uncle's son want to talk to you, so what my husband wants to talk to you. So Prophet he asked, and Prophet mentioned that in the cave of Hira, an angel came and he mentioned this to me. So now, when he mentioned all of the scenario, so that Warqa bin Nawfal, he testified that yes, this is the same Namus, the same angel who came to Musa alayhi salam, and you are the messenger of Allah, the revelation has actually come to you. And then he also told the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam that a time will come that your people will drive you away from the city. And Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was amazed that, will my people will drive me out of the city? He said, yes, in the matters of deen, these things do happen with people. I wish that if I will live by that time, that I will definitely help you. So by talking to him, Prophet ﷺ had a peace in his heart. So the good wives, they give moral support to themselves, and also if they see that if my husband will have a peace of the heart by talking to somebody, then they will take him to them as well. So that she was so supportive that at every single step, Prophet ﷺ would get support from her. So the result of that was that Khadija Kubra radiallahu ta'ala anha, there was so much love of hers in his heart. The Sayyidah Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha says that once And then out of love, once I said to him that I am a young wife of yours. Why do you remember Khadija Kubra? So when I said that, Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the effects of his face, the signs on his face changed, and she said, Aisha, don't say like that to Khadija, because Allah Ta'ala has put her love in my heart. And she said, the minute a person would sacrifice an animal, he would always take a portion from the meat and will send it to the friends of Sayyidah Khadija. Once Sayyidah Khadija radiallahu ta'ala anha, once her sister came and Prophet heard her voice, so Prophet had tears in his eyes. So listening to the sister's voice of Sayyidah Khadija, and it was very much alike Sayyidah Khadija's voice, just listening to that voice, Prophet had tears in his eyes. This is the proof that how much love of Sayyidah Khadija was in his heart. So a good wife should be such a wife that even after her death, the husband remembers her. And today, the women who want that the husbands don't give them attention and don't talk to them and don't do this and that, they should think that they have made the situation of the house like that looks like that there is a war in the house between each other. So we should solve all of our issues with love and have positive thinking, and should respect our husbands, should help them. May Allah Ta'ala make the marital life in the house good, and all the worries that people have between the husband from husbands, wives from husband, husband from wife, may Allah Ta'ala remove all of those worries. And we should also read the life story of Sayyidah Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha, and we will know that how much did she love the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and how much did she support him. So Sayyidah Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha used to express love to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and she would express her love in beautiful words. A very famous poetry, Lana Shamsun Walil Afaq Shamsun, that we have a sun and the sky has a sun. But oh sky, your sun comes after it comes during the day, and my sun comes after night. And she used to say, one difference is that a time will come that, oh sky, a time will come that your sun will fade, but I have a son whose light will remain. Is there any wife who expresses her love to her husband like that? Even if the husband tries to remain good, but the wives would just think up some point and will make him feel as if there is no worse person than him in the whole world. So women should not do that. They should try to resolve issues, not destroy it. So Sayyidah Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha, her life, Sayyidah Khadija radiallahu ta'ala anha's life, they are pillars of light for women. Anybody who wants to become a good wife, they should read into the lives of Ummahatul Mu'mineen, and they should behave well with their husbands. Sayyidah Fatima, wife of Sayyidina Umar bin Abdul Aziz, whose father was Khalifa, brothers were Khalifa, husband was Khalifa, brothers were Khalifa, all the Mahraman were kings, Khalifas. But she cooperated with Sayyidina Umar bin Abdul Aziz so much that you will be amazed that how much can a wife do for her husband. So Sayyidina Umar bin Abdul Aziz rahmatullahi once, when when he got married, he spoke with his wife that you have all of this jewelry and this gold, and it has been taken from Baitul Mal in reality, so I don't consider it right, so you don't have a choice. You have two choices. If you want to keep all of this jewelry, then you just cut off from me and you live a life of yours. And the second choice is that all of this jewelry of yours, you return it to Baitul Mal and be my wife. And Fatima said, what about this jewelry? Even if there was more jewelry with me, I would have given all of that to Baitul Mal, but I will never leave you. So such a woman, you imagine a woman who has been brought up in such luxury, and she gave all of her jewelry, and was with her husband. These are the exemplary wives. May Allah Ta'ala make all of the wives give tawfiq to live an exemplary life. Wa akhru da'wana and alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Just close your eyes, lower your head. Anything that is in the dunya, just cut yourself off from that and drown yourself in the remembrance of Allah. La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah dua. Subhana Rabbi ala al-Wahhab. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala ali Sayyidina Muhammad wa barik wa sallim. ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين. O Allah, O generous Lord, we are your weak people. Ya Allah, please forgive our sins. Please ignore our shortcomings. Please hide our faults. Ya Allah, after that you have given us knowledge, please save us from the matter save us from ignorance. Ya Allah, after that you have given us guidance, please save us from misguidance. Ya Allah, after that you have given us closeness, please save us from going far. Ya Allah, please accept our Ramadan, accept our Taraweeh, accept our fasts, and give us your rida in Allahumma inna nas'aluka al-jannata wa na'udhu bika min an-nar. Ya Allah, we beg you of your paradise, and we, Ya Allah, ask refuge from hellfire. Ya Allah, please give us Jannat out of your mercy. Ya Allah, your beloved Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam has said that the last portion is freedom from hellfire. Ya Allah, please save us from hellfire in this last 10 days. Ya Allah, please forgive us. Please have mercy on our state. Ya Allah, all of these people have come from far. Ya Allah, and they are doing i'tikaf. Ya Allah, please accept their coming. Ya Allah, if a beggar goes to the door of a generous of the dunya, Ya Allah, that person does not reject him. Ya Allah, we are also faqir, we are beggar Ramadan. Ya Allah, please accept our coming. Please, Ya Allah, all the needs that we have, please fulfill all of those. Ya Allah, please correct us. Ya Allah, all the shortcomings that we have, please allow us to, Ya Allah, remove those. Please allow us to live a life of a good human being. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. صلى الله تعالى على حبيبه سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. Tonight, after Isha,